I'm not generally in the habit of complimenting Fox News on this channel or any other channel I appear on, but I have to say that overall, I am happy with the way this debate turned out. Talking about tonight's Fox News Google hosted debate. Mostly, I have to say, because of the way that they dealt with Donald Trump. Now, it turned out in the end that I was actually wrong. He did not actually end up showing up. Now, the reason that I was wrong is interesting. I said that he was an attention whore, and there's no way he was going to not get on TV over this. And so the way that I ended up being wrong is that instead of actually showing up the last minute, he got other networks to cover him at his event. And so my reasoning was right, but he found a workaround. I never thought that the media would actually just broadcast one of his stupid speeches because he tells them to. They do it every day. All of those candidates every day give speeches of exactly the same sort that he was giving at that stupid, made-up, hiding behind the vets fundraiser that he did. But for some reason, he gets to just tell CNN and other networks to cover him, and they will do it. They scurry to him. It is so incredibly pathetic. But whatever, he wasn't actually at the debate, and Fox News did not capitulate. They didn't get rid of Megyn Kelly. They didn't agree to his demands to have him on. They were willing to just have a debate with the other 35 candidates on the Republican side for the presidency. And the debate actually turned out to be basically as interesting as it would have been, because I have made this point multiple times now over the past couple of days. Everybody keeps saying it's going to be boring without Donald Trump there. What has Donald Trump actually done at these debates? I know that you can think back over the last 9 months and you can say, well, he said that crazy thing about Mexicans being rapists and he said we should ban Muslims, but what has he actually said at the debates that was actually interesting? Okay, he said, well, Ted Cruz, you really insulted us because 9/11 happened, so for the rest of time you can't say anything bad about New York. That was sort of interesting, I guess. That's really it. I can't think of anything else that he's said that actually made things interesting. And in lieu of having Trump there, you actually had Rubio and Cruz and Christie and Jeb Bush trying to not just take the focus off of Trump, but to actually say something to interest voters about them. Did they actually do that? Not really. I think that Jeb Bush they basically put on versions of what they think they're bringing. So Jeb Bush did his thing where he largely said a conservative message, but he seemed at least a little bit empathic towards Muslim people, at the very least pragmatically, so that we can get them to help us fight in the Middle East. He was willing to do that. Rand Paul came across as the most sane person in the room, even though he's harboring deep down inside pretty crazy beliefs about the economy and foreign policy and things like that. He is more correct than they are. Marco Rubio had kept up his angry act. People seem to like that, I guess. He's doing okay. He's in third in the Nationals, and I believe in Iowa as well. And the rest of the candidates, it didn't really matter too much. Ben Carson is funny as he always is. Who doesn't find an animal that's on the verge of falling asleep kind of cute? But I'm more interested really in Megyn Kelly and the other debate moderators, because I feel like they did a pretty good job of asking questions that were more substantive than in past Republican debates. I still don't think they qualify as substantive, and you can get more out of the first 3 minutes of a Democratic debate than you got out of this entire multi-hour Republican monstrosity. But it was still better than it normally is. The bar is set so low, even Jeb Bush can't help but step across it. And you didn't have a ton of just stupid, juvenile personal insults like you would have had if Donald Trump was there. You didn't have to deal with that. And Rand Paul said some good stuff about the war on drugs. I mean, really, if you're hoping to get something out of the Republican debate, this is about as good as it's going to be for quite a while, probably a decade or two, and isn't that really sad? Now, I understand that what I've been saying in terms of Fox sort of winning and Trump losing to some extent by, I think, seeming kind of pathetic and petty, and he's so clearly hiding behind the vets, who he does not actually care about. He doesn't care about the vets any more than he cares about religious folk in this country. I understand that already all of the rest of the media is saying that I'm wrong. I mean, they don't necessarily know who I am, but they disagree with me certainly, and they're saying that Fox lost, that Trump won this round, and look, he may end up winning in Iowa, and he's certainly going to win in New Hampshire, and so I'm sure that he's going to do just fine in the near future. But I think that this is going to be too weird for a lot of people. Maybe this is just me refusing to believe that Donald Trump can actually win because I don't want to believe it. But I think that this is too weird. It's too juvenile. It's too see-through that he was scared of being asked tough questions. And eventually he has to go back for another debate. And it's going to be interesting to see if the moderators just prematurely say, oh, we're not going to ask you any hard questions. Please don't make us have to try to beg you to come back. But we know that they probably will. So those are some of my random thoughts about the debate. Obviously, it's very late. I'm going to be doing the Young Turks on Friday when you're probably watching this video, and we'll have more thoughts then as we go back over some of the debate. Let me know what you thought about this debate. Who do you think the actual winner here was? Do you think it was one of the candidates on the stage? Do you think it was Fox News? Or did that reprehensible, rug-headed buffoon actually pull through with another win? Let me know what you think.